Hi, I'm Carl from Abt, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a closer look at the new Sonos Arc Ultra, talking about its features, updates, and how the sound compares to the original Arc, so stick around. The original Arc was one of the most highly regarded soundbars of all time at its price point, so the Ultra has some pretty big shoes to fill. Thankfully, Sonos recognized that and improved it everywhere it could. As far as the looks go, not a whole lot changed. It's a little wider at 46.38 inches, but the other dimensions are smaller. It's just under 3 inches high and a little shallower at only 4.35 inches. It's going to look best under a 50-inch or larger TV, but you can definitely still use it with a smaller screen. It's just going to maybe stick out a little bit past the sides. As for color options, just like the original Arc, you can get it in a matte black or white finish. You'll also notice a difference when it comes to the controls. The Ultra has this ridge on the back where you'll find capacitive touch controls for play, pause, skip, and replay. There's a volume slider on one end, and on the other end you've got a button for turning the voice assistants on and off. There's also a mechanical switch on the back that you can use to completely disable the microphones, but don't forget, if you turn that one off, you also turn off all the other features that use the microphones, like TruePlay quick tuning, which I'll talk more about a little later on. The back is also where you'll find the rest of the connections. There's an Ethernet port for hardwiring this into your network, but Sonos also upgraded the Wi-Fi on the Arc Ultra to Wi-Fi 6, so you get an even more stable wireless connection than the original. It's also going to support features like Apple AirPlay 2 and Amazon Alexa, in addition to Sonos' own voice control. Then you have an HDMI connection tucked away on the left side as you're looking at the back, and Sonos does provide a 5-foot-long HDMI cable in the box. However, the optical adapter is no longer included, so you'll need to purchase that separately if your TV requires it. But if your TV has an HDMI Arc port, you'll definitely want to use that so you can take full advantage of what this speaker is capable of. On the right side is the port to plug in the power cord, which is 6 feet long. And finally, another upgrade over the original, you've got a Bluetooth pairing button for a simple way to connect a Bluetooth audio source that doesn't have the Sonos app on it. Now, if you're thinking about upgrading to the Arc Ultra, we'd certainly appreciate your support. Abt is an authorized Sonos dealer located here in Glenview, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. We do have a price match guarantee, and we offer free shipping on thousands of products. Our home theater experts are available by phone, or you can reach them at the chat link down in the description to help with any questions you might have, or if you're in the area, stop by to hear a live demo. Besides the design differences, Sonos also improved the speech enhancement feature. With the original, you only had the option to turn it on or off, and the feature worked well, but only offered the single setting. The Ultra gives you 3 levels to choose from: low, medium, and high, giving you the ability to find a setting that matches your preference more closely. This is a great feature to take advantage of for those who might be hard of hearing or who watch a lot of dialogue-focused programs where the background music or the sound effects aren't quite as important, like the news or talk shows, for example. The Ultra also retains the night mode feature that you get with Sonos' other soundbars. Turning this on brings up the quieter audio while toning down the really loud effects, which is going to be helpful for those times you're trying to watch a movie at night. And those features are all going to be controlled through the Sonos app. In the app, you can also make adjustments to the bass, treble, and height channels on the Arc Ultra. You can adjust the volume, add more speakers, and just get a good overview of everything that's going on in your whole Sonos system. Then you've got the feature that allows the Ultra to sound as good as it can, and that's TruePlay tuning. It's a super simple way to calibrate the audio to the room, but up until now, that feature was only available to Apple users. But that's not the case with the Arc Ultra. Android users are now going to be able to take advantage of a feature called Quick Tune, which utilizes the microphones in the soundbar to tune the audio to the room. It's not quite as comprehensive as the full TruePlay tuning option, but honestly, it's really hard to tell the difference between the two. Now let's talk about what's going on inside the speaker. Like I mentioned earlier, Sonos upgraded the Arc Ultra in every way possible, including the number of drivers and the audio processing. It's going to get 14 drivers compared to the original's 11. That includes 7 tweeters, 6 mids, and a single sound motion woofer that provides double the bass output of the original Arc. Coupled with its new processor, the Ultra can render 9.1.4 channels of audio from just the soundbar. However, you can take it a step further and add 2 Era 300s to get discrete rear channels for an even fuller sounding experience. You can also use the Era 100s, 1 or 1SLs, 5s, or Gen 2 Symphonisk speakers as rear channels too. They're just not quite as impactful when it comes to spatial audio. The Ultra also works with any single version of the Sonos Sub or Sub Mini in case you already own one of those, but if you really want to make it rumble, you can also run dual subs as long as they're both Gen 3 or the newly released Gen 4 models. It's still going to be a single sub channel, but with twice as much power. With all that said, the Ultra still makes an incredible single speaker solution with the addition of that Sound Motion woofer. The separation it's able to produce really makes it feel like you're listening to a much larger system, and the addition of that Sound Motion woofer gives you noticeably better bass than the original. It really does sound fantastic. Vocals stand out well even without the speech enhancements turned on, and the additional drivers really help this model stand apart from the one it's replacing. At its price point, you're gonna have a hard time finding a better sounding all-in-one solution, and maybe even more impressive, they made all these improvements and the cost only went up $100 over the original Arc. Now, don't get me wrong, the Arc Ultra is definitely not gonna be considered a budget model. At $999, this is certainly an investment, but we'd still consider it a really great value. If you're looking for a single speaker solution that's simple to set up and has the option to be expanded down the road, this is absolutely a soundbar you'll want to consider. And if you already own the Arc, this is still worth considering as an upgrade. If you have any questions or you need help finding a soundbar to fit your budget, be sure to reach out at the links down in the description. We're always happy to help. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the great products we carry here at Abt. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.